Hello everyone, and I am Saberwolf Sid. Today, I'm going to talk to you about my top 10 video games of 2014. Now I got to play a lot of games. Some of these I did not completely finish, but they're going on the list anyway because of how much I love them, and how much fun I've been playing. I've had so much fun playing most of these games. I just love all the games that are on this list. They are very good. Now, there's also some of the games that might not be on this list I didn't unfortunately get to play, but I still want to play them. So, if a game that you liked is on your list and didn't come up on the list, I'm terribly sorry. But if there's any games that you think would be willing to get to play, you can go ahead and mention them to me, because I am going to try to do some game videos with my laptop here. But let's get on to the list. So, number 10 is South Park, The Stick of Truth. The South Park game. This game got delayed and pushed back so many times, and then it finally came out in March of this year. And did it turn out good? Oh, it turned out better than good. It turned out great. I'm a big fan of the South Park show. I haven't watched a lot of it in a while, but the game was fantastic. One of the greatest RPG games I've ever played. The jokes were hilarious. The gameplay was a lot of fun. The story was great. And everything about the game was just awesome. It was all about having a good fun time. And just playing it was almost like watching a whole entire South Park season. And probably the best South Park season ever. Number 9 is Wolfenstein. Yes, I was right, Wolfenstein. So I had to look back at my list real quick. Yeah, it would be Wolfenstein. The game where it was like a reboot of Wolfenstein, to where your character was in a coma for like 20 years, and the next thing you know, he wakes up, he finally wakes out of his coma in the 1960s or so, and he sees that the Germans actually won the war, and the Germans are controlling America, taking over America. There's barely any Americans left, and he decides to bring back the revolution and take down the Germans and show that we Americans can still kick butt even if we were taken down by you Germans and whatever. But the game was great. It was one of the best shooters I ever played. Very good game. The graphics were amazing. The story was good. Some of the parts you got into the game were pretty difficult, but they were fun. Wolfenstein was a great game, and it was a great reboot / remake to have for it being one of the greatest shooters when it first came out for the original. It was so fun. It was a very, very good game. Next up is, let me see if I can pull it up for you, is Watch Dogs. Now, I know Watch Dogs got a lot of controversy, a lot of hate, and some good, mediocre, some good, some mediocre, and this and that, but this is my opinion. I love Watch Dogs. I thought it was great. Yes, the character, he doesn't have that much there, but to be honest, I kind of didn't care. I liked him for what he was. I thought he was a decent character. I thought all the characters in this game were pretty good and decent. They're not the best characters, but the reason why it's on my list, and I liked it so much, was because of the hacking. You get to control everything in the city with your cell phone was awesome. That would be so cool to actually do. I mean, if I could actually control somebody's laptop, their phone, or their TV, or just whatever with my smartphone, that would be amazing. I could have so much fun. It would just be insane. But for just being able to do that alone in that game was amazing. And I had more fun in that game than I ever did for any Grand Theft Auto game. And that's saying something, because Grand Theft Auto has been around practically forever, and they all try to overtop their games. Number 7 is Forza Horizon 2. Now, I haven't finished this game. I actually just recently bought it, but I believe it is a great racing game. There are so many nice cars you get to drive in this game, and you get to race with me, and you get to race with the Lamborghini, and you got all these nice cars in the back too. I mean, I got a Camaro, a Challenger, I I got Age Evolution. I got like maybe 4 or 5 cars in the game, and I've already won about 4 championships. I love the racing game, and it's a lot of fun. The races are nice, the graphics are beautiful, the cars, they are just gorgeous, and the way you can design them and everything is very nice. And the driving mechanics are perfect. I haven't played a good racing game in a while, but the driving mechanics were very, very good. I love Forza Horizon 2. It is a great game. Check it out if you are a racing fan. Next on my list would be Wolf Among Us. Now, I don't have Wolf Among Us on me, but I do own it on my Xbox 360, which is right there, if you can kind of see it upside my TV. But I do own the game, man. I was never big on Telltale. I never got into the Walking Dead Telltale thing, but when I saw Wolf Among Us and it was based on the fairy tale stuff like Big Bad Wolf and the Toad, I'm actually not remembering that much now. Like Snow White, I mean, pretty much all the fairy tales that you can all think of that you may have grew up with are all in this game, and that's what I love about it, because I grew up with the fairy tales, I grew up with all that stuff, and the Big Bad Wolf was always one of my most favorite fairy tales, and getting to play as him, and getting to go through the story, and you making your choices, your decisions, and what you wanted to do for him, and what you wanted to go for the story was amazing. I loved Wolf Among Us. It was a very good Telltale game, and if they ever make a season 2 or a second one of it, whatever they want to call it for Telltale, please do. It was a great game for just a great story of a point and click, and I'm not even big on point and click games. It was fantastic. Number 5 is going to be probably my most favorite horror game, and one of the best horror games I have played in a long time, and that would be The Evil Within. Now, if you've seen my game review, you know how much I liked this game, and you know how much it scared me when I showed the clips. Just that first chapter of the chainsaw guy chasing you down that hallway, and he's about to get you, and he cuts your leg. I mean, that just scared the living shit out of me. It literally did. And I died so many times in this game. It took me so long to beat it, but I didn't care. I loved every single second of the game. The game was fantastic. I mean, you know my little flaw, and it's not that big of a flaw, really. It really isn't. But I mean, this game is great. If you love horror games, if you love action, and you've been looking for a good horror game that just hasn't happened in a while because apparently Capcom keeps dissing on Resident Evil and it's not giving it what it should be, though we might be getting the Resident Evil remake for the very first one in February, which is going to be nice. But still, if you're looking for a great horror game, check this out. This is the game you definitely want to play. You're going to play it on Xbox One, PS4, 360, or PS3. But I mean, either way, it is a great game. You should definitely check it out. It's very, very good. Okay, and coming up to number 4 is another game that has a lot of controversy, but to me, I think it's still a great game. Destiny. Despite all the problems, the updates, and the flaws that we have all had for Destiny, but it is actually a great game. I'm not a big MMO person, and this is my very first MMO that I got to play, and I love it. I have like over 200 hours of gameplay or so into this game, and it's not my number 1. It's kind of interesting that I have that much gameplay hours into this game, it's not my number 1. And the only reason why I have that much in it is because you have to work your butt off just to get some of the things you want. And is it worth it in the end? Yes, it can be worth it in the end. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. But I think Destiny is a great game, no matter what people say. It may have problems, but it's still a great game, and there's still more to come from it, and I can't wait to do this. I mean, come on, plus look. It won 180 awards. Not many games win that many awards. So, it's a great game. I think it deserves more than it should, even if it has so many problems. But anyway, it's a great game. Love it. Alright, coming at number 3 is a game that my roommate owns that I've only played for maybe an hour or so, but I'm already into it, and I'm gonna probably play more today. But it is Dragon Age Inquisition. Now, I played a little bit of the first Dragon Age. I thought it was great. I never touched the second one. I was never a huge, I never was like a huge fan of this franchise because I never really got into it. But I gave Dragon Age Inquisition a try, and I'm just like, this game is amazing. The first like 10 minutes, you're moving at such a fast pace, killing demons, killing all these monsters, animals, and then you get to create your character, get to customize what kind of weapons you want to use, what your type of class would be. I mean, the game is amazing, and the way you customize your character is awesome. I mean, I'm a female elf that basically goes out there with dual-wield axes. That's pretty badass. And the characters are great for what I like so far. They are just awesome. The game is very good. It probably would have became my number one if I actually played it and beat it, but unfortunately it's not. But I do love the game. It's a great role-playing game. Very, very good. Now, number 2 is a game that I was totally unsure about when they first released the Xbox One. When they first were showing it off last year, and they were gonna have these exclusive games like Killer Wolfenstein. I mean, that was the one I was all over that, and there wasn't Flea. They showed this game. Me and my friend both thought, that game looks stupid. That game's gonna be a piece of crap when it comes out, and blah 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 blah. And then they actually show a gameplay trailer, and they tell us what you gotta do in the game, what you can do, and everything, blah blah blah. And me and him both like, man, we feel pretty damn stupid. And I'm glad that they changed it to where they would make you think, oh, that looks stupid, but oh, it's actually really great. And that game is Sunset Overdrive. This game is just one of the best cartoony action games ever. This Free Woman game has so much to do, so many collectibles to get, and so many interesting ways to kill OCD, bandits. I mean, all these people. I mean, all these monsters and bandits that you get to kill is crazy. And the characters are amazing. Your customized character that you create is even awesome. They make your character so awesome and have all these jokes and all these little cameos. It's just hilarious. I mean, playing this game is like Borderlands and Dead Rising combined. If you can think of those two games and think how they are combined, then it would be this. Because that is seriously how this game plays. And the co-op is actually pretty good. The Chaos co-op mode, where you get to play with like so many other players and take down all the monsters and have the little horde mode of defending the little towers. I mean, the game is fantastic. It is a great game, and it should have probably won. It should have probably won an award or something. But it is still just a great game. I really appreciate Ismanet Games for making it and letting Xbox have it, because sorry Sony, you're not gonna get something this good. But I mean, if you want to play it, then maybe you should get an Xbox One. But that's all I'm gonna say for that one. That's a great game. Now, my number 1. This was a little hard from what my number 1 was. This was really hard for me to choose from all these other games I was playing and I was loving so much. But my number 1 game is the game I had so much fun with, the game my roommate played so much of that I couldn't even get to play here and there because he was playing so much. But it's cool. I'm getting to play it now here and there. I still have not beat it because there is so much to do in it, but it is a great game. It won Shooter Game of the Year, and I do not doubt it for a second. Now, where is it at? You know what? I think my roommate might have it in his room. Yep. He probably has it in his room, I think. Oh well. Anyway, my number 1 is Far Cry 4. That's right. You heard me. My number 1 is Far Cry 4. That game is absolutely amazing. It plays the same way Number 3 does, and I loved Number 3. You get to kill animals just to customize your gear, just to customize where you can have more guns, more ammo. You can carry more ammo, carry more doses, carry more health packs, and all that stuff. The game really is creative of how you have to customize your stuff just to have more, so you can like kind of be invincible. And the kayak that you explore is amazing. This world is just huge, beyond huge. It is one of the greatest places to explore. The animals are nuts. Like, you kill tigers, bears, sharks. There's even elephants you can ride on, and riding on the elephants is like one of the best experiences ever in a video game. Period. You have so much fun and so much laughter, and just seeing all the bad guys fly off into the sky over a car going. It is just awesome and hilarious and so much fun. The story is fantastic. I love the story. I don't see a problem with it at all. I don't see a single problem at all with Far Cry 4. It is a great game, and it is my #1 game of the year. And that is my I'm sorry. And that concludes my top 10 games of 2014. I hope my list has satisfied some of you, and if it hasn't, then you can pitch your top 10 in the comments below, or you can tell me which one you think doesn't deserve to be in the top 10. I mean, this is my top 10. I would love to pick Bayonetta 2 or Mario Kart 8 or maybe the new Donkey Kong or something else that was shown in the top 10. I would love to put Shadow of Mordor in the top 10, but I haven't played enough of that game to where it satisfied me enough. Plus, I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings Hobbit fan, but I do love their movies. No offense to any of you out there that love them. But that is my list, and I hope you all like the list. So, I'm probably going to have my top 10 worst movies up later this week or sometime. My top 10 best won't really be on here until like the end, until like literally the last day of this year probably, because my aunt is taking me to see The Hobbit and the Battle of the Five Armies. So after I see that, that's going to conclude what would be on my top 10 list after I see that film. But other than that is all. I hope you enjoyed the list. I've enjoyed all those games, and if you've played some of these games, let me know what you think about them in the comments below. You can let me know what your top 10 list in the comments below if you want to. And as always, guys, I'm the Almighty Saber with Sid, and I will see you all next time.